Smith, and I'm the owner of Mr. Buns Bakery and the bakeryexpert.com. I'm a published author, entrepreneur, chef and artist, and I am married to my wife Rachel. We've got 2 children, a little girl is 8 and a little boy is 4, and that's what I'm all about now, my family and making sure they're happy, healthy, and I just want to create an awesome future for all of us. So I'm all about going out and getting what you want in life. You know, if you've got a dream, then you've got to go out there and make that dream a reality. So I think if you're physically capable and you want something bad enough, then you can do it, you know. Anything I've wanted to do in life, I've always done it. No excuses, I've just gone for it every time, you know, and that's what I want the bakeryexpert.com to be about. I want to help people to get started, turn their dreams into reality and reach those goals. So yeah, it's a big claim, right, being an expert. But you know, I've looked at the definition because I was a bit dubious about using it as the name for our website. I don't want to sound big-headed, but you know, so I think it's certainly the right way to go. You know, when I looked at the definition, it was someone who's well-versed in failure and successes, someone who has a great knowledge or skill within a particular area or field, someone with a proven track record, so basically someone who can kind of show what they're talking about, you know, it's real. And I think that's why for us we've got our existing bakery business, Mr. Buns Bakery, running alongside the Bakery Expert, so you can see for yourself exactly what I've done and what I'm still doing. So that's an awesome resource. And so yeah, and someone who's developed their skill. I've read some of the, to be a master of a subject or a skill, you need to pursue it and carry out that activity for at least 10,000 hours. Certainly with cakes and with running the business, I've done that 3 times over, so I certainly fit into that category. Yeah, so I think that's why I can justify being an expert. I tick all the boxes, and hopefully you can, after taking a look through the website and going on to Mr. Buns and having a look at what I've done there, you know, you'd agree with me. Yeah, I think at the time, I guess it was kind of a tough decision, but I've always thought, and still believe now, that there's no such thing as a secure job. You know, I don't want to put my fate or the kind of the future of my family in the hands of someone else. You know, and that's why I think being self-employed is the most secure way that you can kind of provide for your family, where you can create a secure income is by working for yourself. You know, you're in charge of all the decisions. It all rests on you. It's all on you. You get it right, it's awesome. You know, yeah, you could get things wrong, but ultimately, you know, you get things right, and it really is a secure way of doing things. You can work for many people, even really big organisations, and all it takes is the market to change, a couple of bad decisions along the way, the directors disagree, and you're left without a job, and you know, with not that much notice. And so to me, being self-employed is the most secure way. Okay, so we started our business in 2007. That's when we first registered to be self-employed, and we started off with no real idea of what we were going to do, which sounds ridiculous, I know, but we had the passion and the belief that we would make it happen. We had no choice; we had to make it happen, and you know, it was an exciting time. Left the job, and the kind of freedom and choices ahead were boundless. So it was awesome. So 2007 we started, and I started making cakes from home in my kitchen. Had £500 to get going with, and that was it. So no rich family to help out, no kind of security blanket, nothing to fall back on, just £500 and our determination and passion. So we've done loads of things since then. So we started off doing the cakes in the kitchen, and then we got a little stall, a little Christmas stall in a market, and we sold edible Christmas decorations and cakes. And to do that and to make lots of them, I hired a little unit on an industrial estate, which was only going to be for about a month or two, and that turned out to us having it for 6 years. So we went from doing the cakes in the little store to keeping the unit, and I had the idea that we could supply pizzas to the local town. There was no one was doing pizza delivery in the town. There was 8,000 people there. The market was open, so there's no Domino's, nothing delivered. So the market was there. So we started Foxy's Pizza, and that was so much fun. Brilliant. I could eat pizza every day, which was great. And it was really good. We had it for 18 months altogether and did things, you know, that was just in the evening. So we had the whole day free. So I would do things like I would make, maybe one week I would do all different scones and go out and try and sell it to different companies. And, you know, over time that kind of picked up, and I ended up having a little business where I would supply cakes and pastries to independent cafes, pasties to the local butcher, lots of things like that. So that was really cool. And then that led on to us opening our own shop. So we opened our own bakery shop, and all the things we made sold really well everywhere else. So I thought, why don't we do our own shop? So we did, and then that led on to a bigger shop in the city centre, and then that's where it all went crazy from then, and just all completely took off, and we were in a whole new world. So from then, over a period of 5 years, that's where we sold the £1 million worth of cake. It's mad to say it, I can't believe it. £1 million worth of cake in 5 years from a £500 start in my kitchen. It's mental, I love it. And then from there we went and we made contracts with a national company, regional chain, and which was really good. You know, some things worked, some things didn't, some things cost us a lot of money, some big mistakes which we've learned from and are now assets. But lots of successes and things that work. We learned so much in that time. But then as the years went on, we kind of had to change and adapt our product. You know, you can't stick with the same product too long. Your business could die, and that's why a lot of people go out of business. They don't adapt, they don't change, they just stick with the same thing and keep doing that. I think the key to our kind of longevity and success is that we've changed and adapted throughout to the market. So yeah, so we've kind of had to come away from where we would sell like cupcakes by the thousand to more specialised, doing the larger cakes like for weddings, big events, novelty cakes, and we've kind of almost condensed and consolidated the business where it's a lot smaller and our profits are greater, and it enables us to do a lot more projects online. We've now set up the bakeryexpert.com, which I'm really excited about. And so yeah, so it's been a real crazy time. Since 2007, we've had 8 years of just madness, success, failure, more success, just adapting all the time, and it's been really exciting. So hopefully, you know, the bakeryexpert.com is going to allow me to pass on all this knowledge, information, experience to everybody, and help them turn their dreams into a reality like we did. Biggest achievement? Yeah, I think the biggest achievement for me was when I launched my first book, which was Marketing Your Cake Business, How to Get More Customers and Sell More Cakes, which was awesome. When we opened our first shop, Mr. Buns shop, that was really amazing. So emotional as well, which was a real surprise. So I think for me, so many things that I'm proud of, so many achievements, but for me it's the book. You know, I was really proud of that. That was a really proud moment for me. And I look at failures now as ways to learn, yeah? But I don't like being negative, but if we've got to look back and find what I was the most disappointed about, I would say it's when we had a deal with a really major national company, and we had all our cupcakes on their website, and we were going to do cupcakes by post, and it was a lot of work and effort to get the deal done in the first place, and then to get everything online, all the systems in place to kind of handle the amount of custom we both thought we would get, and it just didn't work. They had 1 million customers on their email list, and our kind of product was sent out to 1 million people. It was on the front page of their website, and it just didn't work. So yeah, I think I had a lot of expectations for that, and if it had gone the way we planned, it would have been awesome for Mr. Buns, our bakery business. but it just didn't happen. So yeah, I'd say that as a big disappointment, it would be that. Okay, so I think I've been inspired by a lot of motivational kind of speakers, certainly authors in self-development, think people like Tony Robbins, certainly with goals, Brian Tracy's had a big impact on my business, and I've used a lot of his techniques and applied them to my business with positive results. I would say as kind of locally, when I first started my business, we had a unit on an industrial estate, and there was a guy there who ran a laundry, massive laundry, dealing with all hotels, businesses, kitchens. He would do all the laundry, and he would come up each night, late hours in the morning, and he'd kind of tell me all his tales. It was awesome, and he really inspired me to kind of get out there and achieve it, and really push myself, not listen to all the haters, but just to get on with it and get stuck in. Yeah, so, and he's called Pat, so thanks, Pat. Don't dream your life, live your dream. Awesome quote, I love it. When I was in comprehensive school, we had a supply teacher. I can't remember his name. I wish I could. I can't remember his name. And he had a poster that he put it up on the wall by the blackboard, and it just said on there, "Don't dream your life, live your dream." I've always remembered it, and when I've made a decision, I thought I've always wanted a cake shop. Well, I've just done it. Just do it. So I think that's really stayed with me, and I think such a simple thing has had such a big impact on my life. I think that's brilliant. So I read business books all the time, and that's something I want to get into the bakeryexpert.com. I want to do reviews of different business books. So, but the one I'm reading at the moment, and I've read about 5 times, is the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Awesome book. So definitely check that one out, and look out for a review, so I'll be doing one soon. I think that the author that's had the biggest impact on my business is Brian Tracy. He's got lots to say about marketing, business. If you want to learn about goals and goal setting, definitely check out Brian Tracy. I haven't read a better book on goals yet, so that's amazing. And I've used techniques by Brian Tracy in my business. When we were going through some bad times, I put it into place, and it really had a positive effect. So when I think of business authors now, I do think of Brian Tracy, and he's definitely my favourite. This is also, I love this. If you take every cake I made in a 5-year period and put them all on top of each other, they'd reach into space. It's mental. I love it. Yeah, great question. So, yeah, I think a lot of people, when they think they're going to start a business, they think they need lots of money, right? I know when I started my business from my kitchen at home, I had £500, and that was it. That's all I had. And then we went from that to £1 million worth of sales in just 5 years. So you can start with a small amount of money and make it and grow it. We took out, we leased equipment when we got bigger. It's all paid for now, so it's all paid back. But sometimes you need to do that. But to start, you don't need any money. You might have everything you need at home. I know I had some tools and equipment. Certainly with the cakes, I just needed a mixer and a couple of tools, a rolling pin. I was ready to go. The great thing with our business, certainly with making cakes to order, is you don't need to buy any produce until you take the order. So that's really important. If someone places an order with you, make sure you get that 20% deposit minimum, and then that will buy all the produce you need, or all the ingredients, everything you need. You've already got, and it's paid for by the customer, so you're not laying out any money up front. The thing I wish I had that wasn't as popular as it is now is the internet and social media. Even in 2007, Facebook was nothing like today. Twitter, no, there was nothing like this. And I think now with social media, it's a free resource. It's free, and you can just reach so many people. And what I really love about social media is it almost puts you on a level playing field with the big companies. So you've got just as much kind of potential to get out there and get in front of people as any of the large companies have, and I think that's awesome. So money-wise, when you're starting out, if you're just making cakes from home, or you want to make cookies, or you want to make flavoured scones like I try, you can do all this at home with very little outlay. You may need to spend a little bit. Environmental health may say you need to put in a separate sink for hand washing, that sort of thing, but it's not as much as you think. And I did it with £500. I know many people who've done it with less. So, if you just want to get started, maybe you want to do it just alongside a job you're already in, then, don't worry about the money. You don't need it. Just use your time. If you're working 9 to 5, you've got 16 hours a day to get a bit of sleep and do a lot more working. You could work 8 hours in work, come home and do another 8. So you've got plenty of time to use that time on your social media to drum up the business and make sure you get that deposit so you're not even laying out any money whatsoever. No regrets, none at all. If I didn't do the things I'd done, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I'm in a really happy place, so I've got no regrets in life. Yeah, I think that the best piece of advice I can give is just to do it, just to start, just make a start. I think that's really hard, but making the decision to start is the hardest bit. Once you've made that decision and you start doing little bits, it all starts to flow and it takes effect. That's when it gets really exciting. But the difficult bit is making a start, just doing it from the beginning. So if you want to start your own cake or bakery business, it's something you've wanted to do for a long time, it's a dream of yours, just do it. Check out my website and you can see lots of tips to get started right away. Drop me an email, I'll reply to every email, and I'm really excited for you, and hopefully I can help you to get started and turn your dreams into a reality. So for me, the biggest fear for me is to be 70, 80 years old, looking back on my life and wishing I'd done the things I wanted to do when I was in a position and had the chance to do those things. I'm really scared of that, and that's why whenever I wanted to do something, I've done it. I've gone at it full on and done everything I can to make it happen. No excuses. I've just gone and done it. I don't want anyone else to live with regrets, to get to 80, 90 years old, looking back on life, thinking, why didn't I do it? I want to use the bakeryexpert.com to help people turn their dreams into reality, and make that thing you'll do one day, make it today, make it now, and help people to do it. And I'm really excited, and I can't wait to kind of get started and work with people, helping them to achieve their dreams. Favourite random? Yeah, I've got two random facts that I love. First one is, if you want to count to 1 billion and you take 1 second for every number, it'll take you 33 years. That's crazy, 33 years. And my other one is, if you take a newspaper and you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again and again, and you do it 100 times, I mean, physically you couldn't do it. You couldn't fold, but you've got to imagine it's like just a thought experiment. If you could fold a newspaper in half 100 times, the length or the height of the newspaper would be the entire width of our known universe. It's mental. It sounds crazy, but look it up online. Fold a newspaper 1,000 times, and it's the width of the universe. Mad. Love it. Most people think of money, right? And while money's important, people who say money doesn't make you happy must have money, because I've had no money and I've had money, and I choose money every time. So I think people who say money doesn't make you happy, I think it's wrong. When I had no money, I wasn't happy. When I had some money, I was very happy. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to the money every time. But wealth, to me personally, is very different. So for me to have a wealthy life, a life full of wealth, would be to see my children, my wife, and my family and friends happy, healthy. There is some element of money where if my children or my wife want something, I want to be able to provide that to them and not have to worry about it. So, as long as my children are happy, healthy, and I'm in a position to provide for them, give them what they need, to me, I couldn't be any wealthier than that, right? That to me is a wealthy life. Wow, I love that question. So yeah, if I could go back, one thing I would say is you could save 10% of your income every month and never touch it, by the time you're 50, 60, 70, that money has just grown and grown and grown with compound interest. I talk about compound interest with myself. And that's a great piece of advice, and that's something I'm teaching my children now. Learn about this compound interest. They're maybe a bit young, but I'm still going on about it. It's so important. Reiterate that if you want to do something, you can do it. If you're physically capable and you want it bad enough, just do it. Don't live a life of regret. Don't get to the point where an old man looking back and wishing you'd done what you should have done when you could have done it. Don't live a life of regret. If you want to do something, do it. Lots of goals. I'm always setting goals for myself, and it's something you should do too. It's amazing the effect of setting goals. But my main goal, I want people, when they're starting a cake or a bakery business, or they want to expand their business, or they want to improve the marketing, get more customers, anyone within the cake and bakery industry, I want them to think of me as the bakery business expert. And that's something I'm really excited about. Got the website up, all over the social media, getting myself known. I think that's the important thing, is getting myself known by as many people as possible, so that when they think of cake or bakery business, they think of me. That's my biggest goal. Yeah, easy. Just go to my website, go on to the contact page, and you can either email me, send me a tweet, drop me a message on Facebook. I reply to all my messages, and I love helping people kind of get started in business. The website's full of information that you need. We've got some really exciting things coming up soon, so check out the website. I'll keep you all updated. Just get in touch. Let me know if there's any way I can help you to start your business, to grow your business, or to manage it, make it more efficient. I really look forward. I'm really excited to help you, and I can't wait to see how you would grow your business and make a happy, healthy and wealthy future for you and your family.